Yo, what is happening, everybody? My name is Raymond Barnett, and we are back with another episode of It's Really Gloomy to Everyone Else, a podcast centered around mental health, artistry, and the grim realities of perfection. So, without further ado, let's get into it. You don't have to forgive me, okay? It's hot as hell outside. I know I'm smoking. But this is my meditation moment. This is how I get into the spirit of things. And then I think I'm gonna start doing this shit too, because it makes me feel real jazzy like. All right, so today I want to talk about something really, really special. And honestly, I wouldn't even say special. I want to talk about something really, really dire, really, really important, because I feel as though it's something that everybody should be talking about. I want to address trolling. And with that, I want to bring up another anecdote. I want to talk about the shit that had happened with LaRussell. Now, I don't know exactly what had happened. I only saw tidbits of shit here and there. According to his posts, people had comments and shit like that about his beard, his hair. I even seen a comment about a nigga commenting on his weight. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta discuss that. That shit is weird to me. I'll never understand it. We're in a space where we're supposed to be creatives. No, not even supposed to be we are creatives. We're in a space where we create for the purpose of, one, ourselves, and two, for the purpose of people seeing our shit and being able to say, hey, you know what? I actually like this content. I like what I'm looking at. I'm enjoying what I'm looking at. This is pretty fucking dope. So for somebody to come into that space and fuck with your entire vibe, it's giving bitch nigga vibes. It's definitely giving bitch nigga vibes. And I think it's important that we discuss it. I think it's important that we say fuck the trolls, because for one, we're already dealing with enough shit, and we don't need trolls trying to make shit hard for us when all we do is put in work, and these people essentially have nothing better to do with their lives other than bitch and complain and bitch and complain and bitch and complain. And we, as consumers ourselves, we sift through comments. How many of us have ever looked through or looked at a post or some shit like that? I've even my partner even did the same shit, yo. How many of us have looked at a post and the first thing we do is go to the comments? We want to see what the fuck's being said. It's our natural instinct now to just go straight to the comments because we want to know what's being said. We want to know the feedback. We want to see what people are saying. For some reason, it's important to us. And I'll never understand it, because for me, it's never really been that important. But for some reason, I find myself also drawn to these comments. And then we see the constant parading of just hate. It's one thing to just have an opinion, but it's another thing to just spew this energy that is honestly unwarranted. And two, yo, fuck you, bro. Nobody asked you for that. Nobody wanted your 2 cents on the matter, because now it's not even about having an opinion about whatever content you feel as though is subjective. You're just talking shit for the purpose of trying to get a rise out of me. It's the strangest shit in the world. So back to what I was saying, I saw this shit with LaRussell, and it bothered me. It bothered me so much. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if I have a full grasp on what happened. All I know is that I saw a comment, or I saw him responding to something, saying that niggas had a problem with his hair and his beard, and that it looked not presentable. And as a nigga that's still growing his beard, you know what I mean, at 31 years old, I'm still trying to get me a full beard. I want to look, like a fucking lumberjack, you feel me? And to know that people are so to go and just nitpick at little things about this man, it's do you hate yourself? You know what I mean? Who knows what that man is going through inside? And though it was I don't know why he shaded. I can't even give you a reason why, but from my my perspective, it looked like people had gotten to him to make him want to do that, to shut people up. Or maybe he just wanted to do it because he wanted to do it on his own free will. But just from the outside looking in, it looked really sad. Like, it really bothered me because, like, we all have, like, these things that we're dealing with deep down inside, and for someone to have an opinion about the content, that's cool, but for you to, like, just start picking apart me as a person, that's really detrimental. You sick fuck. Like, what's wrong with you? Do you understand that some people aren't equipped to know how to deal with shit like that? You think that because of status that automatically the shit just bounces off of him? Like, he has no way to be penetrated, pause, with, like, all of these thoughts and opinions of other people about just him as a person. Like, just his DNA, his makeup. It really rubs me the wrong way. And I'm a little hurt by it. And I could see, honestly, why some people wouldn't even want to get deep into the situation of, like, you know, making music or, you know, what, being a content creator, actor, whatever. I can see why it's tough because I also deal with that shit, but mine's is pure, like hypothetical. Like, this shit could happen. What do I do when it does? But, like, there are people, even just with other posts online and shit, that just have so many ignorant things to say about people without, one, knowing the person, without taking the time out to understand them, or even, like, try to, like, see from another person's perspective. It's just baffling, man. It's absolutely baffling. But how do we deal with it? Honestly. And I think how we deal with it is important. Because we gotta find some way of dealing with it. How do we deal with this shit? Do we comment back? Do we offer a positive thing to say to them? Do we invite a conversation in the DM so something personally can be had, like a personal conversation can be had, so we can hash out exactly why you feel the way you do, why you commented on my shit and said the things that you said? Did you have a bad day? This is why connection is important. Connection is 100% important. There will be some that will go against the grain, but connection is something like, it's like, I want you to feel this because as long as I know I'm connecting with a certain, like, if my crowd is coming toward me to listen to my music, to watch my content pieces, to look at a podcast, to watch a movie that I'm starring in, if I know I'm getting a certain amounts of people to come fuck with me, it makes it easier for me to block out the noise from others who don't really enjoy my content, who don't really enjoy my music, who don't really feel as though that I provide any value to them. So they just come to comment, just to throw shade, just to shit on me, may say something about, like, my look, my family. They might think what I'm doing is dumb. Like, it makes it so much easier when you have connections with, like, genuine connections with people, your fans. It makes it so much easier to block all that dumb shit out. But for some of us, it does get hard. Because at what point do we say, all right, when am I going to turn up? Like, am I going to turn up today? Like, is today going to be the day that just one motherfucker just makes me want to say something? Like, how do we, you know what I mean? Like, it's rough, man. And that's why I think that culture is just, I don't know. I think that culture is filled with a bunch of people who haven't woken up yet. Like, so to speak, them niggas might still be in the matrix. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't found self-worth. You know, they haven't talked about their things going on, you know what I mean, in their head. They haven't spoken to maybe a professional therapist, you know what I mean, licensed counselor or something like that. Maybe they haven't had that aha moment, you know what I mean, that like, damn, okay, it's finally starting to make sense. Me personally, I feel bad for those kind of people. Sometimes I fall victim and I might come and say some shit. You know what I mean? Even if it's like a post. Like I think it was a post I commented on recently and shit on a platform called Rip City Heroes. Shout out Rip City Heroes. Go follow them. They're on IG. And it was like a thing about like offering free food for POCs in the city, black and other POCs, and something about don't come if you're white or some shit like that, something along the lines of that. And there was white people that was mad. They was big butt hurt. Seriously, booty tickled. And honestly, without even like trying to get like too stancy on something, and my honesty, like from my perspective, like I didn't see anything wrong with it, but people found something wrong with it. I'm all about inclusion, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. Especially because like I live in the city and like I see certain shit that goes down, man. So like, but there were people that were like commenting on the post, and they were saying shit that I didn't agree with. And you know, I didn't, like I said, I didn't really try to like have like a, you know, I didn't try to go all the way in and like have this deep conversation with these people and shit like that. I threw a little bit of 2 cents in, which honestly I shouldn't. But like this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. Like sometimes it gets too, it can bait you, man. So again, how do we deal with it? Do we ignore it? Easier said than done, in my opinion. How do we fend off people that do that? Do we make our social media account exclusive to only a certain amount of people? Do you have somebody or yourself? Do you have the time to like go down the line and see what people, you know, you want to approve and who looks like somebody that may or may not have some dumbass shit to say? You know, but yeah, so like, how? I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no way. It's just some shit for real. In all honesty, you're gonna have to blow off. It can affect with your mental health. Don't get me wrong. It can have some bearing on your mental health if you continue to allow it to like rent space in your mind. I got told another quote from a long time ago. I can't remember who told me, but somebody was like basically, don't allow shit to live rent free in your head. You know what I mean? I used to have like a serious problem with like just allowing shit to bother me so much that I wanted to just go off. You know what I mean? At every single turn, no matter who said what about what, I always had something I needed to say. I needed to have the last word. That personality has like been stuck with me for a long time, like to the point that it like made me super petty, and then I ended up becoming like the niggas that be trolling on the comments. You know what I mean? I think it's important that we like take a step back. You know what I mean? Before we, and I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I think it's important to take a step back. It's important to look at exactly what's going on be present, and say, you know what? Is this really worth the energy today? Do I really have it in me? And especially, like, say, for example, you blow up, you pop, like, you just take off. There's going to be so many more people that are going to have something to say. How, it's like, bro, like, don't ask yourself how. Just take a step back. Maybe don't read all the comments. Maybe limit your comments. There's another one. You could limit your comments. So honestly, you could turn off your comments so that nobody can comment on your shit. I think that only works on IG. I'm not sure about TikTok and all that other shit. But yeah, this is something to take into consideration when choosing to go down this road as a creative. It's important that you hold on to whatever bit of sanity you might still have. Whatever bit of peace you still have. Hold on to that. That shit is important. And that's something that, like, honestly, I would tell that to anybody. That'd be the one piece of advice that I would just give when it comes to doing this shit. That shit is important, bro. It isn't important. Once you realize what is important and what doesn't matter, that shit won't bother you. Over time, though. Over time. I'm not saying it's going to be like tomorrow night, you know what I mean? No, over time. Give it some time, and I guarantee you, continue to practice those steps. And once you start practicing that shit, do it for about 21 days. I learned that anything done consistently over a 21-day period can become a habit. And we love habits over here at WEERD Media. So that is something I stand by. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time for today. It's been great talking to you. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You can follow me at Raymond Barnett _ on TikTok and IG. You can also follow me on Threads at the same username. That's Raymond Barnett _ I just got Threads. Twitter, fuck y'all. No, I'm playing. But yeah, you can follow me on those. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, the sun is always gonna shine. Peace.